Admit it, chums, are you ready to check in with Meghan? No, really? As ever, let me explain. Morning, nice to see you. Thank you so much for your time today. Welcome, one and all brand new subscribers. We'll have a nice wave. Yes, nice to see you. You're waving back. Can I see you? Yes, just about. Yes. By the way, thank you for your comments and your support in the video regarding theatres. Katie Hopkins turning down business, the sort of thing. It does irk me, as you can imagine. I think it will, a lot of positive comments, let me just say, because it is ridiculous, isn't it? We're asked to support things, yet, the things that could shore up a business. It's like anything, isn't it? You know what I mean? You go into a shop, if they've got a sign up saying bread or something on special offer, you go in. You might never go in that shop again, or you might. It's opening a door. It's about supply and demand. And clearly there was a supply and she's giving the demand, as it were. I don't understand theatres. Some people in the snobbish theatre world got in touch to say, oh, no, we wouldn't book her. Right, well then lose out and close down. It's not about whether you like it, it's about whether the public like it, or you shouldn't be running a business. Anybody else agree? Oh yes. Let's get back, of course, to your royal story of the day. Meghan Markle, I've often said this, is the gift that keeps on giving. I told you a while back that when she grandiosely announced that she was stepping back from supplying jam 10 minutes after she put a few pots out, I just found this incredible. If you're doing a business, you've got to be dedicated. It's 24/7. You don't have holidays. You have to build that brand. That's the deal, right? Well, clearly, in Meghan's eyes, no, and as we told you, she'd already shifted on, sort of tinkering around the fact that she might now do a business with a daughter who's 4, right? So getting that in quickly. And then, basically saying she might move into fashion. Bit of a shocker, that one, even though I'm not a fashionista. I would suggest it might be a little bit tricky, when there's other people doing it very much better, but we'll just leave that there. Now they've announced, and this is her team, this is the brand new team of her new court, that are all going around her. And I mean, again, I'm not knocking the team. What can you do with a dud? I mean, truly, that's your problem. You've been down this avenue, it's gone down, you've had the best of the best, the Spotifys and the Netflix, you've had the best of the money. Now you can just come up with stunted stuff. But according to this new team that Meghan has around her, she's now looking into the idea of, expanding out into restaurants and hotels and divisions and catering and stuff like that. Again, farcical, because this takes a lot of effort, a lot of time, and who truly is going to want a branded restaurant with Meghan's name on it? I mean, where are you going to get that? It's all smoke and mirror stuff. It's a little like that scene, isn't it, out of Mildred Pierce with Joan Crawford, where she suddenly opens the restaurants and they catapult. I'm sure Meghan watches a lot of old black and white movies and thinks, that's what I'll do, right? However, what I can tell you as ever first is this. Actually, they've already been there and done that, because when she was pre-launching her jams and at the very early stages of the American Riviera sort of stuff, Meghan and her team, the team that's now gone, the ones that have left, got fired, walked, couldn't stand it, whatever you want to call it, they were sort of milling around, particularly the big brand hotels over here, the ones, the 5-star deluxes, that sort of stuff, to see whether they would be interested in stocking Meghan's jam. I know. I mean, really, why? And so the thing is, they'd already tested it, as I say, with the luxury stores like Harrods, Selfridges, Fortnum's and stuff. And then the idea was, well, okay, what about people at breakfast, say in the Savoy, the Dorchester, the Four Seasons, stuff like that? Perhaps, they could start to make miniature pots of jam and they will be included there. Now, does anybody, apart from when you stay in a hotel, you look at the pot of jam and think, blackberry, strawberry, nice, yes. Unless it's one of those plastic things that you can't get in, do you really notice it? But apparently this was going to be brand exercise. This was going to get the brand out there to all the luxury people that stay in these luxury hotels. Sadly, there wasn't really, and as ever I have to say, allegedly, much of a bite. So this particular story about Meghan moving into hotels and catering and restaurants is just another shoring up of an idea that's already proven to be a bit of a catastrophe. And more importantly, one again where Meghan, could you honestly see her getting it together to actually get any pots of jam out to any hotels? I mean, you'd be gasping, wouldn't you? Either way, nice story, going nowhere. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.